Alright my friends, it's your boy Teez and we're here with a video. I was going to do this yesterday, but I wanted to make sure I had everything understood before we did this video. So we're going to try to do this as quick as possible. One take, no edits. Solstice Event, your mini guide on how things kind of work. So when you first log in, the first thing you want to do is you're going to come to the tower. You're going to hit up Eva. She will give you a full set of the armor. The armor is, of course, I'm on my hunter, is the Candescent armor. As you can see, I have a pair of gloves as well. Full set, okay? So the other thing you have to have here is you're going to be upgrading this stuff. And it's 3 upgrades per piece. And what I mean by that is, so if you look at this chest piece, right? I haven't done anything to it yet. It's got 2 extra boxes on the end. So you got to start with the first one. Okay, and what it tells you is you add kindling to this armor in order to imbue it with glowing embers. Kindling is acquired from completing event challenges. So you can see I have 7 currently. So what is an event challenge? Well, if you go to your director, slide over here to quest, come under here, you're going to see your event challenges up here, right? There's 24 of them. So you can see I've completed quite a few. So 24 challenges. Each challenge rewards you with a kindling. It takes 6 kindlings to do 1 piece of armor. So you can do the math there, right? It takes 6 per piece. You got your helmet, your arms, your chest, your feet. It doesn't go on the cape because the cape cannot have extra stats, right? So you got 4 pieces of armor. Times that by 6 kindlings per piece, that's 24. So in order to do a full set, you're gonna have to do every single one of these challenges. And some of them are very grindy. So have fun, especially if you're gonna do 3 different characters. You're gonna be at this for a while and you're gonna get sick of it and it's gonna get boring. But it is grindy, so if that's what you wanna do, that's what you wanna do. So that's how you get the kindling, okay? So what's the next step? Well, once you have the kindling, so you're going to do this, you'll do the kindling. Then that'll allow you to then come over here and put the ember on it. Now, what is the ember? It says imbue this arm with glowing embers to reroll its stats. Silver ash is what is used here. How do you get silver ash? Silver ash can be earned from transforming silver leaves in Bonfire Bash. So how do you get the silver leaves then? Silver leaves, like this, I only have 11 because I just got done doing a couple bonfire event runs, transforming them. You get these silver leaves, like it says, earned from completing activities while wearing Candescent armor. So what are the activities? Strikes, strike playlist, crucible, gambit, patrols, blind well, wellspring, raids. Those kind of things are going to give you these leaves. You're going to get 6 to 7 depending on the event. I was getting 6 on strikes and also 7. I think it depends on the length of the strike. I think we're getting 7 from Wellspring. Whatever. Doesn't matter if you wear a full set of armor or if you're wearing just a few pieces or whatnot. From what I could tell, I did some wearing full set and I did some wearing a full set plus 1 exotic. Didn't seem to change anything. So you can do further tests to see if you only need 1 piece on or whatnot. But that's how you convert silver leaves to ashes. Once you get some silver leaves, you go and do the bonfire event, which you can start from right here. Or you simply pull up your director, go to the tower, and you click on bonfire here. You go do the event, it takes your leaves, converts them to the ash. So that's how you do that. Now, so what we're gonna do here, that's how you get all the different materials you need. So what I wanna do here is I'm gonna show you how the armor kind of transforms. I did a pair of legs and I did a pair of arms already, and we're gonna come back to those after this. But I'm going to show you something here with the chest piece, right? So I'm going to take notes while we do this so that we can see it in an overall picture at the end. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we get done with it. So this piece here, starting off, is a 54 total, right? So let's take note of where the stats are. So we got 16 mobility, 2 resilience, 11 recovery, 16 discipline, 2 intellect, and 7 strength. Now, make sure you have a mod on your ghost when you start doing this as well. I suggest if you are going to be going for instance, resilience is the main stat you want to focus on this armor, then put like a discipline mod on your ghost. So here we go here. So we're going to start off. Let's flip this so we can see how this changes. So the first thing we do here is this first one takes 1 kindling, right? So I'm going to apply this. Now once I do that, I can come over here and do the ember part. So I need 20 ash. Now you're going to see the stats change. Boom. So look how the stats changed there. What was that at before? I believe that was a 54, right? 16, that's 18, 29, 44, 46. It was a 53 total last time. So we went up 4 points on this one, but the mobility changed. The mobility went from a 16 to a 12. The resilience went from a 2 to a 7. The recovery dropped from an 11 to an 8. The discipline went up from 16 to 18. The intellect stayed the same at 2. And the strength went from a 7 to a 10 for an overall total of now 57 total stat points. So now we can do this again. Now it takes 2 kindling. Remember, it takes 6 per piece to fully do it. So boom, we're going to do that. Now we could come over here. We could do this again. So let's watch the stats. So the stats changed again, right? So the stats change every time you do this. So now we went from a 12 mobility down to a 6. We got 22 resilience. We got 2 recovery. A 21 discipline. Intellect is 2, which stayed the same. And our strength dropped to an 8. So here's the thing. So read what this says, right? So here's the last step. So watch. This is where we can put the major focus on. So read this, right? Imbuing armor with embers increases its stats most of the time, but there's a small chance that its stat total will decrease. But here, we can put one of these on there and give it a minimum of 20. Now, this is an instance that I haven't faced yet where my resilience, I was going to do resilience, right? But my resilience is already over 20. But we know this can change when we do this. So I want higher mobility on this piece. So I could put this here, but then we're going to lose the resilience. But my goal is to get the resilience as high as I can and get mobility as well. So we're going to see what happens if we slap this 20 resilience on top of a 22 already. So we do that. So we got a little bit more and our mobility went down even more. So what happened here is I got boned on this piece big time because I was hoping for over 10 mobility on this one. Sure, I could have used the mod for it, but if you know the science behind how the armor stats pair up, you will understand why we're using a discipline mod. But we ended up with 26 resilience, 6 recovery, 16 discipline, 9 intellect, and 6 strength. So we started out with a 53 armor piece, right? 53 total stats. In the end, it ended up with 65. Okay? And you could see how this video showed you how the stats fluctuate each time you do the upgrade. Now that we did that, this one's done. We can't do anything else with it. It's set. We either keep it and like it or we ditch it, right? But here's the thing that comes into play. Once you've done a piece of the armor all the way through, any pieces of that same armor that you get going forward, you don't have to do the kindling part, right? Because they don't give you enough. They only give you 24 kindling. That's enough to do one piece of armor for each slot, you know, head, arm, chest, feet. But as you'll see here, this was the pair of feet that I did the first time. I just got another pair of feet from doing the event. So if we look at these feet, you can see the kindling slot is gone. It's just the ash part. So we would do the ash 3 times to adjust the stats there. So that's how that works. So once you do a certain armor piece, if you get those pieces to drop from doing the event, farming the event, you don't have to do the kindling part, but you still have to do the silver ash part. So you're going to be out collecting those leaves, doing the event, converting them to ash to be able to do your feet or whatever piece you want to do again. So if I look at these came out okay. 17 mobility, not bad, but that's got a 10 mobility stat on it, right? So for science, let's see if we can maybe get these better. Or let's look at the arms, because I got them, the arms too. I want to check it on this because these arms dropped at the 59 versus these are a 48. So let's see what happens with this pair of arms. I'll never use them though, but we'll check it out and see how it plays out. See how high the stats will go. Come in here. Let's watch the stats here as they change. So we're starting out at 8 mobility, 14 resilience. Those are the 2 main stats we're concerned about here. So we dropped down to a 59. 58 total stat. Now we're up to a 63. And then we come here, and if we want to make that resilience higher, get that guaranteed 20. So you can see the end result. The mobility went all the way down to 2. Right? And our resilience, we finished with a total stat of 64. So you can see how the stats jump around each time you do that. So that's a chance. Could go up, could go down. One stat could decrease or it could increase. So it's a gamble. You're basically re-rolling the whole piece every time you do it. The only thing you can control is whatever stat you have on your ghost. It's going to give you at least a plus 10, which for us is discipline. And then whatever you do in that last roll to give you the plus 20. So that's kind of it. Hope that clears everything up, makes it easy for you, my friends. Have fun grinding because it is a grind, especially if you're going to do all 3 characters. But that's going to do it for this video. Peace.